Welcome to the Chasing Spirituality podcast. I'm your host, Megan, and I'm so excited that you're joining me today. Each episode is full of heartfelt and expansive content that will really help you expand your consciousness and grow as a person. I created this podcast because I wanted to share my own personal experiences on my spiritual journey, but I also wanted to meet others and have them share what they've been through and how they've gotten to where they are today. If you haven't done so already, it would really mean a lot to me if you could rate and review the podcast. This really helps the podcast grow and reach more people, but it also allows me to get more guests on the show. Now on to today's topic. Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Chasing Spirituality. I am your host, Megan. If you're new here, welcome. I am a spiritual teacher. I am a Reiki practitioner, a Akashic Records reader, psychic medium, and the host of this beautiful podcast. And if you are a frequent listener, welcome. I'm so excited that you are listening to the new episode. So I have had some clients tell me that they would like for me to cover the chakras. So I'm going to start a new series that's going to be all about the chakras. And we're going to kick this episode off with just kind of talking about what the chakras are and how they work and why it's so important when it comes to our health and to our alignment and balance and how they're used and just all that beautiful stuff. And there will be an episode on each chakra so that I can go a little bit deeper and dive a little bit deeper into the main 7 chakras. So I hope that you guys enjoy this episode. I hope you enjoy this series. Feel free to email me any questions that you have as I cover these, as I cover the chakras. There's definitely a lot of information. There's a lot to unpack. So feel free to also do a deep dive, do a little digging, and see kind of what you can find out, what resonates with you, because there's a lot to it. You know, this is a beautiful healing system, a healing modality that's been around for so long. So there's a lot of information out there. I'm going to do my best to cover the basics, but also cover some of the really important things, and then talk about some of my experiences with the chakras and with healing and all of that. You've definitely, if you're a frequent listener of this podcast, you've heard me talk about the chakras many times. If you're a client of mine, I've probably referenced the chakras in some of our sessions because the chakras are really important. So there are actually tons of chakras. We have tons of chakras, but there's 7 main chakras that most healers refer to because these are the main chakras that control our major vital organs. And there's 7 of them, starting at the first chakra, which is called the root chakra, also referred to as the Muladhara chakra, and then this goes all the way up the center of our body until we get to the top, which is the 7th chakra, which lays right above our head, and this is called the crown chakra. So I'm going to go deeper into those into other episodes, but in this particular episode, we're just going to kind of talk about what they are as a whole, what they are as a system, and what chakras really mean. So the word chakra actually translates in Sanskrit to wheel, and it refers to the energy points in our body. So they're thought to be kind of like spinning discs or spinning wheels. I like to think of like one of those water wheels. And if you think about a water wheel, if you think about the way that it naturally moves water, think about water being the energy, your chi, your ki, your kundalini, you know, whatever you refer to energy as. Think of the water being the energy, and the wheels are constantly moving that energy and flushing it through the vital parts of our body. If you say that wheel gets dirty and there's a lot of dirt and mud and gunk and all that kind of stuff that gets caked into it, it's going to slow that wheel down. It's going to weigh it down so that it's not operating, it's not spinning properly. Or say that there's not enough water to push the energy through all of the wheels. That can cause there to be some delay. That can cause there to be, some imbalance to where the whole entire system isn't working properly. So because of this, and because our energy centers work this way, if our chakras at any point become imbalanced, then it can cause our entire body to also become out of alignment and out of balance. And that can honestly manifest in many, many, many different issues: spiritual issues, emotional issues, and even physical issues, because your energy is a vital part of your health. All of your health, your mind, body, spirit, all of it is connected, and all of it is really important. So it's really important that you are aware of the chakras and you're aware of how they operate in your body. And the more that you know about the chakras and how they work, and that's what I'm hoping to help you gain throughout this series, the more that you'll know when you need attention in one area. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely no judgment. I don't know a single person that I connect to, friend, family, spiritual teachers, spiritual leaders, people that I look up to. I don't know a single person that is always balanced and always in alignment 100% of the time. Now, I will say that a lot of more developed spiritual people, spiritual teachers, they will know when something is off, and they can usually tell what chakra it is, or what chakras are not operating the way that they need to operate. And this just comes with practice. This comes with awareness of being really in tune with your body and with your energy. And the more that you know about yourself, the more that you know about these systems and how they work, the easier that will get for you. So I also want to point out here that this energy system is very, very old. It was actually first mentioned in India in the Vedas between 1500 and 1000 BC. So this is not just some new age thing. Like, this has been going on for a very, very long time. And if you look to other healing modalities and other spiritual texts, a lot of things reference the chakras. The chakra system is actually a good foundation for a lot of other spiritual tools. An example of that would be Reiki. Reiki is a way to balance these centers. It's a way to make sure that the energy is flowing in and out properly between all of these major chakra centers. Human design is also a tool that references the chakras. Most people have at least heard of the third eye. That is a chakra center. In case you didn't know, I'm hoping that all of you know that, but if you don't, that is a chakra. So there's lots and lots and lots that go into the chakras. There's lots of different teachings and modalities that reference these. It's really big and it's really important. And that's why I think it's also a great idea for me to finally cover this. I've been wanting to cover it for a while, but after having some clients bring it up to me, saying that they would really like some more education in this area, I was like, you know what? This is my sign. This is my sign to go ahead and start a new series. So I hope that you guys really look forward to me going deeper into the going deeper into the root and into the sacral and into the solar plexus and all of that. So, the 7 main ones is what I'm definitely going to focus on. Supposedly, from a lot of teachings, there are 114 chakras. These are also connected to the meridians, which, again, is the foundation of acupuncture. So there's definitely a lot to it. And like I mentioned earlier, these don't just affect us on a spiritual or energetic level, but they also affect us on a mental level, on a physical level. So if you have a blocked chakra or you have an overactive chakra, you can have certain symptoms. And that's what I'm going to go into a little bit deeper in the future episodes that I do on each one. But an example of that, is if you had a migraine, or if you have a headache, that could possibly be linked to your third eye. If you have some hip pain or some foot pain or leg pain, that could possibly be linked to your root chakra. So those are some physical side effects that happen when we're not in alignment. There are definitely tons of things that you can do and ways that you can make sure that you're balanced and that you're in alignment. I'm going to go ahead and cover some of those as a whole, and I'll go into those in more depth with each chakra because every chakra is different. Also, I just want to point out, whether you call it chakra or chakra, it doesn't really matter. I've heard it pronounced both ways, so don't feel like you're wrong if you've been saying it a different way from the way I pronounce it. I really have heard it pronounced both ways, so I don't really think that it matters. But, you know, there is a lot of ways that you can make sure that you're balanced, and one of the ways that you can do without any help from anyone else is to do a meditation. I used to do this all the time in the beginning of my spiritual journey when I first started learning about the chakra system, and it is just a guided meditation that you can do on your own. If you guys want me to publish this meditation, I can walk you through it and do one for you, but I really don't think that you necessarily need to be guided. You can definitely guide yourself through it, but if you want me to do it, just send me an email and let me know. But basically, there is a color correspondence with every chakra. So, for an example, your root chakra is red. So you would start at your base, at where the root chakra is supposed to be, which is around your tailbone, and you would imagine a red spinning disc. In that area, a red glowing light slowly spinning and growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can also imagine this area breathing in and out of this area until you just feel like you're ready to move on, until you feel like it's working properly, you feel like it's rotating the way that it should, at the speed that it should, and then you move up. So then at that point, you would move up to your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is represented by the color orange. So you would do the same thing. You would imagine an orange wheel spinning and spinning and spinning in this area, growing and becoming more and more clean and balanced. And then you would move up to your third chakra, which is your solar plexus. And you would do the same thing. This color is yellow, so you would imagine the yellow wheel spinning, spinning, spinning until you feel ready to move on. And then you would move up to your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is represented by the color green. You would imagine that wheel spinning and spinning, growing and growing, and then you would move up to your throat, which is represented by blue, and then you would move, when you're done there, you would move up again to your third eye, which is purple, and then your crown, which is also purple. So that's kind of a tool that you can use to balance your chakras on your own. I really like that tool. I always feel really, really great after I do that. If you wanted to kind of boost that, or maybe meditation's not really your thing, you can add crystals to that. So choose a crystal that corresponds with that color, or you can choose a crystal that actually works well with that chakra. And I will talk about crystals on the future episodes, so you know what crystals work really good with every chakra. But you can also just do a quick search if you're not sure, and always go by color correspondence if you're also not sure. So you can just place those crystals on your body like a grid and just breathe through it and remove them whenever you're done, whenever you feel like you're balanced, whenever you feel better. You can also do the meditation that I just talked about while you have those crystals on you. Now that is super powerful, and that's something that I really, really love to do. You can see a crystal practitioner that actually heals with crystals, and they can do a grid for you. I will say that this is definitely going to be a more powerful option. So if you want someone else to facilitate, or you have the money to pay someone to do it for you, this is an amazing, amazing option. One of the ladies that I work with at Sky Apothecary, she is a crystal healing practitioner through Hibiscus Moon, and I love doing grids with her. Like, she does grids for me all the time, and it is so, so, so amazing. So if, that's something that you're interested in, I definitely recommend it. It's a really, really cool experience. And then, another way that you can balance, your chakras is Reiki. Reiki is for balancing your chakras. That's what we do when we do Reiki. We cleanse you. We cleanse what no longer needs to be there. We cleanse what you're holding on to, what no longer serves you. We cleanse the chakras, and then we push Reiki healing energy throughout your body, throughout the chakra centers, so that you can become more balanced and more in alignment. So those are just some easy easy ways that you can balance your chakras with a practitioner or on your own. And in the future, I will sprinkle some new episodes about each individual chakra going forward. So if you have any questions or anything like that, make sure that you email me. I love to get your questions, because if you're thinking it, if I didn't cover it, or I forgot to mention it, I can almost promise you someone else is also thinking that, or someone else also has that question. So don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to email me your questions, and I promise I will answer them on a future podcast episode. I hope that you all have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you on the next one. Wait, before you go, I want to share how you can receive a free reading with me. Listeners of the podcast, if you go and leave me a review on Apple and then send me that review to chasingspirituality.com, you can get a chance to win a free reading of your choice. This can be psychic or mediumship. Once a month, I will choose one of the listeners to receive the reading, and I won't pull your name out of the drawing until you're chosen. This will help the podcast grow, but will also allow me to give back to my listeners. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone you love. And it would mean so much to me if you could rate, review, and subscribe so that the podcast can reach and assist more people. Until next time, I'm sending you so much love.